Hello, everyone. We're back with another speaker introduction for Juneteenth Conference 2026. It's on the 19th and 20th in Chicago. This will be a little bit different. We're going to include not just speaker sessions, but also a hackathon on the second day, where we'll have a workshop on AI programming included with a hackathon to put your newly acquired skills to practice. But today we have Ashley, who is one of our speakers for the conference. And rather than telling you about her, I'll let her introduce. Ashley, tell us about yourself.
Thank you for that. I'm Ashley Janelle. I am a award-winning UX designer. I'm also the founder of a UX bootcamp called Empative. So I help aspiring UX designers get into UX design via the bootcamp. And I'm also an influencer and content creator.
Okay. And this year's discussion about, or this year's theme for Juneteenth Conference is building our own table. Is there anything that comes to mind when you hear that phrase?
Yeah, I think that, where we are today in June of 2026, a lot of people need to start thinking about what it looks like to build their own table, whether you have, maybe been laid off or unfortunately lost a job and you're looking for your next role, but maybe that role is not coming as quickly as you may have liked or as it has in the past. You might be thinking about, what am I going to do? What do I do? And so this is the time that we really have to start thinking about thinking outside of the box. What else can I do? Where can I be useful? Where can my skills be useful? And so if there was ever a time to think in a very untraditional way and build your own table, I think it's now.
Right. That's great. I think your journey as an entrepreneur definitely applies here. Tell me, what got you started doing your own thing?
So I actually started a company called Grecian Garb back in 2012. It was a Greek apparel company.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about physical products, what it meant to run a business, how to ship items, do returns, and, work with customers. And I just loved the ability that I had to create something and make other people feel good. I loved that. And from there, decided to move into something that was a little closer to what I was doing every day, which was UX, and really saw that there was a need specifically within our community, but just in general, for people to really get the right knowledge in order to land a job. Because just because you are taking a UX course or UX program or UX bootcamp, or even enrolled in a traditional four-year college and university in a UX program, it does not mean that you're going to have the skills or the portfolio that you need to be able to compete once you start applying for roles. And so I created the program that I wish I had. And I created the program that has essentially allowed our students to land everywhere from Amazon Games to Meta to startups. And really, I think what we need in this time is the truth, and people to tell you the truth and be really honest about your work, especially as a creative. And that's what we do at Empative.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And I have a lot of similar understanding, UX and software development, which is where I really focus on. And, I worked with a lot of people who came out of boot camps or fresh out of school, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but in order to actually make yourself marketable in this environment is to work on an actual product and to deliver it. And so I started a cohort back in 23 where we actually worked together and built a product together. And I also provided things like strategizing on getting the next role.
Mhm.
and like half of the students in there actually did land their first tech job.
Wow.
Um, one of them, I love this story, is she was a tax attorney with the IRS and decided she wanted to go into tech. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, well, we're not going to position yourself as a entry level tech person. We're going to talk about your experience in tax law
Mhm.
and say, okay, well, yes, I'm new to software, but I have domain expertise. And she actually landed a senior role at a major tech firm, a consulting firm, one of the big five actually. And so, yeah, I think definitely like going beyond just like, okay, well, I know this stuff. How do I show it off? How do I make myself more attractive to employers is definitely a big move.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so sorry, I went on a diatribe about what we were doing, but no, I love that you recognize the need and you give them not just the skills to pursue a career, but actually strategy to get in the door. But we're um we're coming up on the conference, and like I love that you've been with us before. Like we must have been doing something right to get you to sign up for another round. Um, can you tell us about your talk and what the audience can expect and maybe what they can take away from it?
Yeah, so my talk is very similar to what I just described around building a business when no one is hiring. And that's the proverbial no one, but that's what it feels like to a lot of people. A lot of people have been applying for jobs for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 15 months.
Right.
And so that feels very daunting. And there are a lot of people that have thought about building a business. There are a lot of people who have thought about entrepreneurship, but maybe because we're so ingrained that when we don't have something or when something is taken from us, we have to replace it with the same thing that we lost. And
Right.
that's not necessarily true. And while you are applying, this may be a good time to use some of that bandwidth to also build something that actually might work for you. And we're also going to go a little bit further because I don't want to just focus on people who want to build a business, because building a business and entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but maybe you have been interested in investing. And so we're going to talk about how to invest when you still have a paycheck, and different ways that you can be utilizing your time, whether you have lost a job or are unemployed or not. This is a really, really good time. We have to recognize these moments when we see them in history where things are changing and there's opportunity, even when it feels like there's not a lot of opportunity. There's always opportunity. And so we have to recognize it. And that's what we're going to be talking about: how to build in this time.
Wonderful. I think that's a great message, and I hope the audience uh, takes some of your words to mind and treks out on their own. Well, thanks for signing up again. I'm looking forward to seeing you again and interacting, and looking forward to your talk. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with?
No, just make sure that you sign up. It's going to be a great time. Last year was a great conference filled with a lot of great speakers. Everyone's talks are so different. And so that's really what I feel makes the Juneteenth conference different than other conferences. And you'll see me there, and you can follow me on Instagram at the Ashley Janelle, and everywhere else, YouTube, TikTok at Ashley Janelle with an extra E on the end, Janellee.
Excellent, excellent. And yeah, like I said, we're coming up on the conference. I'm looking forward to seeing you and looking forward to seeing the rest of you. Get your tickets at juneteenthconf.com. That's CONF. And we'll see you there.
Yes. Thank you.